Hi, welcome back to Millennial Thermom. Today, I wanted to talk about mindfulness. To be honest with you, when I first heard about mindfulness, I was like, yeah, right. What's that? Actually, that's not for me. I don't have $100 to just pay someone to sit in nature for an hour. But as I have learned more in my work as a therapist with moms, dads, kids, and specifically as I became a mom myself, I realize how important this skill is. I am a little bit older and a little bit wiser, so I just wanted to share a little bit about mindfulness, my own journey with it, and some information in case there's anybody out there who is feeling like maybe this little tool in the toolbox would be helpful for their healing journey, for their stress management journey, for postpartum journey, and beyond. So, to put it simply, mindfulness is bringing awareness to the present moment on purpose with self compassion and without judgment. So, it's an awareness of your feelings, thoughts, and your bodily sensations. I got this definition from Dr. Tama Bryant, and I will link her video here too. But I think it's just a beautiful way of describing it. It really is the gift of presence and connection and awareness to not only you, but those around you, especially if you have kids or family. Um, and especially if you have like a gazillion things pulling your attention in a gazillion different ways, it's a great tool to come back to you, come back to the moment. It's also a journey of slowing down and grounding in your intentions, anti-grind, anti-hurry, anti-hustle, a tool to help you come back to the present moment, especially when you feel that stress and anxiety and overwhelm that often does go hand in hand with the responsibilities of parenthood, try to take you away. And in those postpartum months, seasons, years, it can be easy to be taken away to fight, flight, or freeze. So, this free little activity tool can help you come back to you. It's intentionally pressing pause, which I really love and need. And it's a way to fill your cup and take care of your nervous system because a lot of stress and adversity impacts our nervous system. And maybe that's why we always feel jittery or anxious or stressed. So it's really a way to take care of ourselves. A little note on mindfulness is that it can be especially difficult if you're disconnected from yourself and your real emotions and needs. And there are many reasons that this can happen. One of the main ones is if you grew up in a household or a family culture where certain emotions just weren't acceptable, you weren't allowed to express yourself. It's like, stop crying. Why are you crying again? Fix your face. Let me give you a reason to cry. If you know, you know. If you don't, be grateful. Just kidding. But it's one of those things where a lot of people are taught to mask their emotions, even if it wasn't in a certain family or culture. We live in a society that is scared of vulnerability, is scared of people's real emotions. So we're taught to say, I'm fine when someone asks, even if we're not. And it can also be especially hard to practice this if you're disconnected because you don't have any real vulnerable and safe relationships where you can actually express how you feel. So that's another piece. And then again, if you've had trauma or adversity that's disconnected you from your mind and body and emotions, that can also be a barrier. But there is hope because something like mindfulness can help you reconnect back to yourself. So maybe you haven't been taking care of yourself for your body, your needs, paying attention to the thoughts that are constantly whirling around. But this is a great day to start. So, and remember, it can be free. And so mindfulness is for anyone. I want to make sure that like not only the top 1% or top 5% or whoever in this country, in this world have access to it. Anybody should be able to benefit from this. So if you see yourself or hear yourself in this list, then you could benefit from mindfulness. So anyone who wants to be more present and intentional, anyone who wants to learn how to better manage the hurry, pressures, and stresses of life with a respond versus react mindset. Anyone who is ready to slow down, meet their needs so they aren't running on empty. Anyone who wants to start generational cycles of health because your kids will see you and they will copy how you handle stress. I can almost guarantee it. Anyone who wants to end generational cycles of burnt out parenting. If you know, you know, it's when you don't even have enough space for your own feelings. So why would your kids have any issues? And anyone who wants to spread calmness to those around them, there's a really cool thing called co-regulation, which is when we are able to be calm, grounded, and present, we can actually spread that to those around us. Big tip, handling with toddlers and even teens. And even adults actually. So just being able to come back and be present. Some benefits of mindfulness include improves your immune system, ease depression, increases joy, presence, and calm. It's helpful for managing trauma symptoms like hypervigilance, or other like anxiety type symptoms. Supports with sleep by combating insomnia. It's helpful for pain management. It decreases the stress. It lowers blood pressure and cholesterol. It can be a great stress relief. It can decrease your rage because your body can hold a little bit more, and increase your compassion and empathy. So those are all things I think we all need in this wild world. So definitely keep that in mind. And the roots of mindfulness are in Buddhist tradition, but there is also now Christian mindfulness, secular mindfulness, and other contemplative practices. Again, the link by Dr. Tima Bryant, she explains a little bit more in depth. Definitely check that out if you're curious. And then there's different practices that are part of mindfulness. So mindfulness, I see it kind of like an umbrella with a bunch of different things, but they're all not all, but most of the activities are some things that you can do anywhere and everywhere, literally, especially in postpartum, as you're pumping, walking, washing dishes, feeding the baby, cuddling with baby, tummy time, when the baby is crying, if you're in the NICU, if you're driving, if you're in the store, if you're vacuuming, literally anywhere, as long as you're being safe and being aware of your surroundings. So don't like close your eyes while you're driving. Use your instincts. So I'm gonna talk about, sorry, I'm in nature, y'all. So you might hear some nature sounds. But some of the different types of mindfulness practices, one of them is the meditation, which again, it can be a guided meditation or a quiet meditation. You can do while you're walking, while you're seated, while you're showering, any of the other activities or life things that I mentioned earlier. And it's really about intentionally shifting back to the present moment, whether that's paying attention to your breath, your body, your thoughts, a statement, a visual, a prayer, an affirmation, anything like that. So it's just coming back. I will be linking a playlist of some different meditations and mindfulness too, so you can kind of like see what's on there. But that's one big one. Another one is mindful walks. So it's really walking in nature and paying attention to what's around you. Your feet on the ground, different colors. This is also great for kids. If you have a little toddler or a baby who's talking and you want to entertain them, you can just ask, okay, name all the green things you see as we walk by. Name all the yellow things. Name all the things you can hear. That's great for their own nervous system and ability to manage stress too, because believe it or not, 2-year-olds have stress. It's a little wild sometimes. It's different things that stress them out, but a stress. So if we can teach them at such a young age to do that, that's just like generational healing right there. Mindful eating is another one where we're actually paying attention to what we're eating, how it makes us feel, the taste, the texture. A lot of us just cram food in our mouth and move on, but just taking this time to actually slow down is important. Deep breathing is one of my favorites, and it can be a mindfulness because you're really paying attention to the air coming in, filling up your lungs, and breathing out. It's a good way to slow down and focus on getting good skills. Another one is progressive muscle relaxation. So that's when you are tensing and relaxing different parts of your body. That can be really helpful, especially if you carry around a lot of stress. Movement like dance, stretching, those kind of things can be mindful, especially when you focus on meeting your physical needs, and just getting some rhythm in your life. Rhythm is really healing. Body scans, very similarly, you scan through your body and see what is tense, how it feels. A few more journaling or voice memos to brain dump and get the thoughts out of your mind can help you bring awareness to the feelings, the thoughts, your sensations and how they're all connected. So maybe you start noticing that there are certain triggers. There's also mindful self-compassion, which is when you purposely use affirmations and try to anchor yourself in a positive. So instead of feeling guilty because your kid is crying, telling yourself this is about their needs, not my ability as a parent. So just pausing. Music can be really relaxing and a form of mindfulness, especially if you listen to something calm, if you move, if you hum, if you sing, anything like worship or just relaxing music, instrumentals can help you with that. Mindful social media use is one of my favorites because a lot of us just doom scroll. We just keep scrolling and scrolling, and we don't even think about how what we're seeing is making us feel, how long we've been scrolling, if it empties you, if it fills you. So those are just some of them. I definitely invite you to explore mindfulness, and I'll link a little playlist that I'm creating, and also Dr. Tima Bryant's video. But yeah, for now, I just hope that you consider it, and I look forward to hearing more about that. All right, bye-bye.